We're here live. Today's episode is entitled Brennan Takes Out the Trash, starring Brennan and me, the trash.
It's definitely very interesting, I'll tell you that much. So, obviously in this lane we're looking more for patterns, the way that she uses her E, and we kind of got it figured out a little bit here, and she didn't really adjust or change, but keep in mind that you're going to have to change your patterns to adapt to her. So if she's like waiting to, or she's holding her E, whatever, if she's using it right away, then we just slide parry in. But also keep in mind with a slide parry that you can actually slide with your Q, and you can parry at any point. It doesn't have to be immediate. So this is weird. Okay, so when we're playing in silver, a big thing too is that you need to trust yourself and be the one making plays if you want to get out of this elo, right? So the second that she misses, we start spam pinging off, and we just go back and get the minions. Because notice what happens here. Once she misses this, the chances of us actually getting the kill go down like a ton, right? But what's happening here is we're walking away from 1428, 50, 60, 100 gold along with the XP. We're just walking away from it. We're missing XP. We're missing gold to go for a 10% play. You know what I mean? So once she misses it, we just spam ping off, and we go back and we get our minions that are underneath the tower. So basically, what I want you to start thinking about when we go into the next game is the highest percentage play. What is guaranteed for us and what is not, right? So guaranteed is the CS and the XP. What is not? Chasing Quinn all the way down under her tower and trying to get the kill.
Okay.
But you're going to take charge, and you're going to spam ping your teammates, and you're going to tell them what to do.
So it's just trying to get my priorities straight. Okay, Vi whiffed it, so it's like, what's the point at this point? We could just
it's just going to be really hard to get the kill there. So even without Sejuani showing up, I still don't think you get the kill. And something, okay, so this is Quinn lane exclusive, but let's say you're standing right here, and she's like here. Well, if she backflips, she doesn't actually get distance when there's like a wall in front of her, right? So playing the walls a little bit are pretty good for the backflip because it won't actually push you away too far. Does that make sense?
Right, so putting her in between you and the wall.
Yeah.
So in that case, like a vital facing away from the wall would have been excellent, and then.
Oh yeah, because she's not going anywhere. Yeah, if I was to queue into that, then she's not going anywhere. She's kind of screwed if she decides to backflip there. So at this point, this is really greedy of her. You have flash. There's no way that you don't win this, so we just go for it, regardless if we get the stun or not. So here's okay, look at this really quick. Patience with the vitals, right? Like you get the stun, and instead of just taking the time to walk up, the first auto is fine. But make sure you're walking all the way behind her. She's dead anyways, but it's about getting in the right habits. Right? We need to take the extra 2 steps to walk behind her to hit this back-facing vital instead of just auto-attacking to the side. Even though you're going to kill her anyways, it's all about the habits. So
there should be more than enough time on a stun target to get behind him. I see what you mean.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to get this kill, and then I'm going to freeze this wave so that I can recall and spin my gold. So instantly, instead of walking backwards, who cares about the damage you're taking from these minions? I need this cut down to 4 minions instantly, and I don't want it to touch the tower like that melee just did so that I can recall. So I should have already been recalling right now, but instead I'm still hitting the minions. Now we're recalling, but it was 6-7 seconds late. It's all a time game. We got to be fast. We got to be quick. So since we weren't fast with it, these minions are getting hit by the tower, which is what we do not want.
Keep them aggroed until the next wave shows up, and then whittle it down to 4 casters, and then immediately we're out of there.
Yeah, so I'm holding all this aggro on purpose right now. I'm getting rid of this minion, I'm getting rid of this minion, and I'm getting rid of this minion, and then I'm getting rid of this. So I'm taking these 4, and I'm keeping these 4 little buddies right here in this little spot, right here, so that they can catch my wave for me. So you would be back in lane right now instead of here, and then you are now have the wave at your advantage, and it's pushing into you. Quinn has one option, because she's not level 6 yet. She can't go roam. She needs to break this freeze, and if she tries to break the freeze, then that gives us another opportunity for a kill.
Just these are just tiny things that like people don't really pay attention to, especially in my elo, you know. And then just like, oh well, I mean, now that it's being spelled out for me, it's like it makes perfect sense, like why to do what we do. I think at this point you had already told me like, hey, once you have parry up, you could go in.
Yep. So we flash.
Yeah,
Perfect.
there it is. Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, we get the kill, but I would love to see like us trying to get more than just one vital. So remember that your E actually slows their movement speed. So we literally just walk in and kind of are just hitting them on the side. I would love to see like some repositioning once we use our first E because we know it's going to slow them. So we flash and then we Q and we E, the first E, so she's slow. Why not take the time to reposition and just hit the bottom vital? Once again, this is something where you get the kill anyways, but you're not always going to get the kill by doing this and only hitting the side while 3 vitals just die out in front of you. But those are the ones that are closer to tower, but we can definitely hit the bottom, the south vital without any pressure of getting hit by the tower, you know what I mean? Notice again how we just are standing still. We're not even trying to hit the vitals. You know what I mean? We're not trying to reposition and just like hit. Like, you got to keep in mind you're going to get HP back too. You're going to get 58 health if you go ahead and hit that vital, which would be massive.
I think it's, again, I think that's that autopilot, like, oh, we're going in, just click wildly.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Fiora's a very rewarding high skill ceiling champion, so it does take some time to learn her. I mean, like, I would say before you can even really say that you have a very basic understanding of Fiora, you're probably going to want to play about 100 games of her, to be completely honest. I think we end up getting, we should get a kill here because she's so cocky. I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah, perfect.
We get it here because I'm like, oh, what's that?
There you go. Look, you slowed down right there and you actually went to the side. You had the parry. We got that one. Perfect. We got our tabbies, which is great. We have TP up and we just get another free kill. Absolutely. We love it. We love it. Now we have divine. So we're basically, we wanted those 2 plates so that we could get our mythic. We get another kill now. And now we're poised in a position. This was good too, putting our vision down. We did hold a lot of wards in that game, by the way. So this was good. We go ahead in 2 tier here. I'm still looking at blue fog of war. So this could be a little bit sketchy because the only person I see is Orianna, right? That's the only person I see. At least I still have a control ward right here. But I would love like a blue ward in this bush. Or just here in general. For blue wards, it doesn't matter because they're just, the enemy comes and they auto attack it and it dies. And it doesn't necessarily need to be in a bush anyways. You can put it anywhere and it's chill. Like, just somewhere that I can see some more information. Because I really want to know where enemy is. And also, I would never parry the wave when I'm past my line of defense. So, in a safe area, sure. But remember, the lines of defense we just looked at, I would never parry a wave at this point because I don't know where anybody is. I only see Orianna. I could have 2 people in this tri-bush about to come behind me. I need my parry to get away. I'm past my line. So I need to hold my parry and not parry the wave at this point. After this happens and she E's, she has no choice but to kite backwards. When she walks back in like this, she's dead. So just have confidence, Q back in, use your ulti, and just finish this kill.
okay.
Which you end up doing, it was just kind of late.
Yeah, I think I even said, oh, that's Quinn's only mobility skill, and then I just whiff it.
So, once again, this is another opportunity where we're looking for a kill for 1. When we go in for the kill, we have to have our plan A, our plan B. The biggest thing is that we know that Orianna, her ulti, we can use it as a way to stun her. So we're looking for that animation. It's a very delayed ultimate. This is a way for us to use her ultimate against her and try to get a stun on her. So when she starts right here, when she's standing like this, obviously we can go back in and we can hit the Q and go ahead and hit the vital. When she starts walking away from her tower and she's past this line, she no longer has the opportunity to walk back to the safety of this tower. Her only play now is to walk all the way back. So once we see her step right here, this is when we just go for the kill, right? With a front-facing vital, this is what we call a 5 vital ulti in the business, because you always, when you ult somebody, you always want to go for a 5 vital ulti if you're able to. So you have one facing you, you hit that first vital, and then you ult, and then you hit the same vital you just hit again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so like Q in, hit the vital, ult, and then just auto the same vital.
Yeah, you get 2 vitals for 1, basically. So we do get exhaust out there. But we could honestly probably get that kill if we stun. So we go back, we get the demolish proc, but we should have flashed a lot sooner, like right when we saw her walk out of her safety zone. So once we see this, once she crossed that line, we should have already been on her right now. Right now on her, flashed in, you know, hit the, like, we got to think about vitals too. Where's her safe zone is going to be her top vital, right? We want to get rid of the vitals that are harder to hit first. So we want to, like, go ahead, Q in. If we need to flash, then we'll flash up, hit the top vital, and then we'll go in like a counterclockwise or clockwise rotation, whatever makes it easier for you. But we want to hit the one that's going to get defended the easiest first, which is going to be the top vital, which is going to be the one that's, you know what I mean? It's harder to hit this vital because it's going into the tower. But if we can hit it first, it's way better for us. Something that's very important when playing Fiora is getting the heals and the movement speed from ulti. So obviously she goes back in here, but we know that the vital is left side and you actually end up stopping for a second. It feels counterintuitive to running away, right? Obviously it doesn't feel good to stop and hit that. But the extra the 2 seconds of movement speed and the heal you get are very important. So you're at 139 98 HP. You gain 200, you see that number? You just gained 250 HP, and your movement speed is 441. So you stop for a second, you got a massive heal, and now we walk. And now we get away. Just because you took that half a second to think about it, hit the vital, get some HP back, and get the extra movement speed, run away.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's like there's so much subtlety in Fiora's kit that, like, and things you can take advantage of that being new or being lower elo player with her, like, you wouldn't, that's not intuitive.
Yeah.
You know, like, I wasn't thinking, oh, movement speed, you know, from the vital. I was thinking, run, right? Like,
yeah. Okay, so in this situation, who is our target? It's Malzahar, right? Because these three are on each other, but this guy's alone. The Grand Duelist, keep it in mind, 1v1. We need to make that decision a lot quicker than this, where we're just walking back and forth. We need to turn the second that he comes out of that bush, and we see him, and we need to kill him. So we took way too much time just going for it. And at this point, it's a little bit too late, because now we're going to have everybody collapse on us. But if we make the decision a lot sooner, there's a good possibility that we can actually do a lot more damage. Now, obviously, you scare them away, so that's great, but I think that we could get the kill on Malzahar there. I would even say in lower elo that you can almost expect people to use their CC instantly, and you can almost probably always get away with just parrying instantly, unless you notice a pattern that's different. But so obviously Vi has really good CC here. You notice that you have Vex here, you've got Brand, you've got Vi, and instead we are the one who's the strongest on the team, but we're playing the furthest back. We need to be playing forward and looking for whatever opportunity comes to us. So we're so out of place here that we can't really help with this Vi ulti. You know what I mean?
right. I don't even think I saw the Vi ult until you pointed it out to me.
But even though you went in late, you were still able to get this first kill. But once again, we needed to slow down. So we only hit one vital there. That doesn't give us a lot of heals. But we're hitting on the corner here. I remember this because we die. Instead of walking down and making sure we hit that left vital instead. You know what I mean? So we're able to get the kill, but we might even be able to stay alive if we also have Q up too. So right here in this moment, we have Q up. I would actually go for the vital that's on Samira first and take Samira out of the fight. So I would position my Q down here and look for her vital, because we want to take any damage that we can out of the fight early. Right, so Samira is mainly most of the damage, and she's feared right now from Vex, and we can go for a Q, that left or right vital, and we can just that'll kill her right there, and then we can kite away if we need to, because obviously Quinn's about to come in, or she's one shot. Actually, it doesn't matter. You could probably just finish this kill by yourself, or finish this fight by yourself if you go ahead and get rid of Samira. If we Q this way, hit her, get the heals from that, then we can reposition for this left vital. We're just like bouncing, you know. We're just bouncing off vitals, and we want to prioritize kills, obviously, and kind of like...
I've heard you use that term quite a bit, bouncing vitals.
That's basically how you want to fight with Fiora. You want to bounce vitals and go for the kills. Whoever you can kill is going to be like your target, obviously. Whoever's going to get your ulti off quicker. Now, in some cases, you might fight front to back, and you might want to hit all 4 vitals on a tank who's in the front line, because that circle is really valuable in team fights as well. Because it heals everybody. It heals you, and it heals your teammates that are standing in your circle after you get the kill, which can win you a team fight when you're fighting front to back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our bot lane shouldn't be bot lane right now. We should be. So we go there. kind of sucks that they are there. So we have a blue ward available. We want to put a blue ward like in here, and I think we do it really late, but we do put it down. We get chase. So ideally, in a perfect world, the way the game should be played, you are splitting here. You're pulling 3 people away from you. Your team should be looking for a pick either on Malzahar or looking to get Baron while you have the pressure of 3 people here, because it would be a 4v2 on the Baron, or they're able to get the pick on Malzahar and then get like mid tower or something like that. This is the right play. The right play is to split push here. That's what we want to do. We want to pull the pressure of enemy team. We get jungler, ADC, and support all down here with us. This is perfect. This is exactly what we want to do to take the pressure off of our team. It's just unfortunate that our bot lane stayed bot lane for most of the game. So this is more like micro than anything. We need to just be a little bit quicker on our decision making, right? So it's like, obviously, we want to get rid of the damage, which is Samira. We want to ult her a lot sooner and go for the kill. Right after the parry, she should already be ulted, and we should be trying to get her out of the fight. So we ult a little bit late, and then we do too big of a Q. So we have a side vital, and then we would do a quick Q just straight up. It's going to prioritize Samira. The Q will prioritize the target that she can kill, but you threw it all the way up. So you're out of Q range to actually hit Samira. You know what I mean?
How does that work, by the way? So her Qs, what is it? If there's multiple targets, what is she queuing? If range of all those targets.
It prioritizes a target it can kill, then vital. So
okay.
it's gonna hit the Samira if you were in range. But since we queued too far up, the only person that was in range was either Sejuani or Orianna, so it's going to prioritize whoever is going to do the most damage to, which is Orianna.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming she has armor, and she does, yes. But it was just too large of a queue. So, something to think about too, and this is obviously something that, this is actually, it's more advanced to think about. The shorter queue that you make, right, it's going to do a lot more, you're going to get more damage output, basically, when your queue is shorter. Because the damage from your Q doesn't go off until it finishes the dash distance. Doing shorter Qs means more damage. Puts the Q on a cooldown faster and allows you to use it faster.
The shorter Qs definitely better than longer.
Yes, for sure. So we split push here. This is good. I mean, this is exactly what we want to do, right? So we lost our mid laner, so it's already kind of hard for us to get this dragon. We're split pushing hard, and we want to get this tower, and we want to get this inhib. This was another kind of micro, which micro is just like mechanics, right? We queued over the tower, which made us take tower damage. I mean, we get the kill, but I feel like we didn't have to flash. You know what I mean? We could have saved flash there. We didn't need to...
Do you think my Tiamat also might have triggered tower aggro? Like hitting Malzahar?
No, you won't. It won't. If you're just attacking the tower, there is no... Notice how you're hitting the inhibitor and there's no Tiamat?
Okay.
Yeah. It was because
I noticed, like, when I went over to the tower and I queued over the tower, I think I hit a minion.
The Q is gonna prioritize hitting a champion over the tower, so you have to make your Q. Yeah, you have to make your Q away from the actual champion. Now you had the right idea here to try to. That was our best case to get away because we had parry coming up soon. Was just try to get over the wall, so that wasn't bad. But we got the inhib now, so this is huge. So this puts pressure, right? So this is good. I mean, we're literally losing the game by 6k, but we're staying alive because of the split push.
I think we killed both.
Yeah. But notice how we did it again there with our vitals. Instead of being patient and repositioning to try to hit the next vital, we're just attacking the person like after the vital's already been hit, so we're just forward, right? So right here, we need to be making our... We already have the extra movement speed. I mean, you have 510 movement speed at this point. You got level 2 ulti, so it gets even more movement speed. And we need to be walking around. Because, keep in mind, the more vitals that you hit, the more heals that you get, right?
Yeah, you know, thinking about it, it's like when I dive into that, it's like my focus at that point is as much damage output as possible, but I forget that the way to do that is hit the vitals.
Yeah.
So I'm just like auto click E, you know, whatever, like smash your head against the keyboard, you know.
I mean, you got the 2 kills. It just could be cleaner, and you know, as players get better, you might not be able to get away with that. right? And at this point in the game, we're Fiora with 3 items, so this is the right play. Anybody who comes to 1v1 you, you just finish the kill as quickly as possible. So we get the kill. Notice, once again, we're pulling all this pressure. We're able to get the Sejuani. This is good. I mean, this is how we bring ourselves back into the game with the splits. We killed 2. Go for the split again. I mean, you did 15,000 damage to towers. I mean, really, really good. And I think from this point, we lose off of the last fight. So we back.
Drag pit fight.
Yep.
Yeah. That's when I just walked in and exploded.
So, in my opinion, this guy is very... We know where... If we're looking at the blue fog again, I see Quinn, I see Samira top, and then I see Malzahar all alone right here, right? Even if Sejuani comes through, this is something where we're trying to get mid-prio, which we get mid-prio, but we need to get this guy out of the fight way sooner. Like, I'm looking at our... we're looking at blue fog, so I can see what our team could see here. Like, right here, I still see Samira split pushing. We know Quinn is bot lane. Why do we not just go forward and ult this guy and fight this guy so that our team can do that? We're probably going to get Mal's ulted, but more ideally, instead of walking back and forth before everybody's grouped up now from enemy team and they can just purely focus on you, we want to go ahead and go for the first kill that we see, especially when we're 3 items like this. We have an elixir. We know that the game's on the line because it's soul point. We should have been fighting them here before they're able to put 4 sources of damage on you, which are all 4 of them that are now going to come and try and kill you. But if we fight them here, we got 2 sources of damage to worry about, not 4. Higher percentage fights, right? So, unfortunate. And we end up losing the game there.
What are you doing? I'm getting schooled.
Let's see. Now I want to show something really quick. So basically what I'm saying with like shorter Qs is that it's just going to do more damage. So if I'm here and I can just Q real quick like that, it's better than me like queuing all the way out here or something like that, because it's slower damage. You know what I mean? If I can do this and keep it tight instead of like queuing all the way up here, then I have to like reposition. Do you know what I mean? Instead, I can just auto, and a really quick Q like that will hit the bottom vital. Instead of like, for example, what we were doing before, which is like this, and then I'm all the way down here now. Now I have to walk all the way over here to hit it, which is just going to make my ulti slower, when I can just do a really tight one like that, and it's way better, right? Instead of going all the way out. So we see the difference when we do, this is a long one, now I have to walk over and hit it, and then this is a short one, where a lot faster, right? So we're staying tight on the vitals.
You're just jumping. Okay.
Slow, because I have to reposition, and then fast, because we keep it tight. We stay right on it. Well, I guess that is the session. If you've got nothing, do you got anything you want to say in closing? Or no?
Not at all.
Hey.
I'm gonna have some spaghetti. I imagine you'll be streaming tonight, so I'll be there.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I hope you have a wonderful night. That was a great session. I really enjoyed it, man. I wish you the best of luck in your climb. I think that your goals are very reasonable and plausible, and I believe that you can hit them.
All right, perfect. Let's after a little while, we'll do it again.
All right, let's get to work, brother. Hey,
All
have
right.
a great night. Okay, Sparrow, it was a pleasure, man.
All right, I will talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, peace out, brother.
Later.